Wheel. All right. Happy afternoon to everyone. I am so happy to jump online here today. We put this together on the fly because I am so excited about what is coming up this week. I don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to miss a day. So I have persuaded Jonathan in the midst of his very, very busy build up for this amazing event to steal just a few minutes and share with us what is coming together, what is available for you for free. How can we get a little bit more of this love? Jonathan, please start out by telling us a little bit about yourself and your mission, because I think it's something that a lot of people could be inspired by.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you so much. So my name is Jonathan Troen. I spent 20 years in the entertainment business, and I was living the life of my dreams, interviewing the biggest stars in the world. And then I discovered I wasn't happy. And I went on this journey to figure out what was wrong with me. And along this journey, here's the most amazing thing I figured out: that there was nothing wrong with me. I'm like, what? What do you mean nothing's wrong with me? I don't have to change. I don't have to try and become someone else. All that kind of stuff. And to be clear, yes, I've gone through changes, all that kind of stuff. Change is good. Change is beautiful. We can embrace change. But I didn't have to pretend to be someone else and pretend who I was. And there's a whole long process involved here. But over many years, I really learned to first accept myself, then to like myself, and then to love myself. And I left the entertainment business. I have a mindfulness center now. And one of the things that grew out of the mindfulness center was this self-love revolution. I was teaching a life mastery course there. And I remember this one class where I asked what people were needing. Like half the room said self-love. And I'm like, okay, universe, I understand. So I went to work. I put together a self-love program, called it the Self-Love Revolution. And that was maybe 5 years ago. And now we are doing our first Self-Love Revolution Summit, virtual summit. And you know what self-love really is about is redefining what success is. It's not always, I have my formula, but other people do it differently, which is great. And I wanted to learn about it, and I wanted to share it. So we put together about 60 people. It was supposed to be 40, really, like 35, 40 people. And all of a sudden, Stormy Wellington is joining us. Actor Corey Feldman is joining us. Forbes Riley is joining us. He just actually left the position, but for years, Scott Shute, he was the head of mindfulness and compassion for LinkedIn. So how does this work in a real corporate environment? And these are people, they share their stories. They share what had to change for them. And they share how they are living life today, success on their terms. And I've been doing this for years now. I learned a ton from them. My life's been transformed just from meeting all these people. And I invite you to join us for this. It's going to be amazing.
I'm so excited. I mean, I was excited before because I've been to the landing page. I signed up so that I can be front row. And what an amazing treasure trove of insights, of experience. And I think that's where people tend to fall short. They think, oh, okay, well, maybe that personal growth or taking care of myself, I can do that in my own time if they make any time for themselves to do it. But that doesn't translate to work. I got to put my game face on. I got to show up. Like there's a disconnect. And wow, how powerful someone who could bring that into LinkedIn, to bring that perspective and the importance of it. And I was doing Health Expo just today with a company that's very much online and talking with their teams about, the things that lead us to burnout. I mean, some of the things that make us the best at the work that we do kind of tip the scales in the other because we care so much. So I love that as you were leading that class, so many people had come to the space where they at least could recognize they could use some more self-love.
Yeah.
I feel like people kind of think that's selfish, right? There's so many other things. Other people need us. We'll take a back seat and putting ourselves first is such an important shift.
Yeah, and look, I call self-love the missing ingredient of success. You can have the money. Look, I spent 20 years in Hollywood. I know a ton of rich people, and some are happy, and a lot are miserable also. So money's not the answer. I know people, who are overweight and lost weight and put it back on, and losing weight is not the key to joy. And I forget the woman. She's from Australia, not part of the summit, but she has a story how she got that perfect, whatever, that body that in her mind was perfect, but then she was still not happy because it had nothing to do with her body. But when you change when you change your mind, when you change your underlying belief system, reprogram your thoughts, not really just your thoughts, reprogram your beliefs so that your thoughts can change, right? People stop at thoughts. It's deeper than thoughts. It's belief system. Mm-hmm. What's magical is, there's an amazing person, Amy. She's not a part of the summit, but she's in my podcast. You can see the amazing interview I did with her. And she lost a ton of weight, but after she was kind to herself. She said, once I was kind to myself, then my body didn't fight me anymore. I didn't fight with my body. So it's the missing ingredient to everything, and you mentioned about, is it greedy? Are we putting ourselves first? Look, here's the thing, folks. You're doing it for other people, because if you're unhappy, if you're pissed off, that's coming out. You're taking it out on other people. If you're a parent, your kids are going to learn from you. If you want them to live joyous lives, you got to live a joyous life. If you're an entrepreneur, it's coming out in the people that work for you, the companies that you are building. And if you're a solo entrepreneur, it's coming out at the people you're trying to hire to help you, right? It's coming out somewhere. When I learned how to be kind to myself, I started being kinder to everyone. Now, I'm not going to say I'm never a dick. I am. It comes out sometimes and I forget, or there's extra stress and I forget to access that part of me. So don't think this is Jonathan's perfect. No, but I can tell you, I'm much kinder than I used to be, more understanding of people than I used to be, people who have different points of view than I do, people who, we have a yoga studio here, people who will come in and be really upset and pissed off. I don't have to reflect that to them. I can say, oh, maybe they had a bad day today. How can I make their day better? Instead of proving I'm right, and let's assume they are wrong and I'm right. Okay, fine. But it doesn't matter. Do it for you, but do it for those that are important to you, your family and relationships, your coworkers, your customers, your clients. You will be helping all of them if you can have true success. Not paper success. When I was 20 years in the entertainment business, I had paper success. Very different. Paper success and whole life success are very different. And what we're talking about is life, business, and bank account. The whole life. You no longer need to choose.
Yes. And, if it's to think back, we hear people say, you have to put your own oxygen mask on first, right? Or I like the image, you can't pour from an empty cup. Right? You can try to pour into everyone else and all you're doing is depleting yourself and spilling along the way. If you fill yourself so that you overflow, it down to everyone around you. So if we shift that perspective and give ourselves permission to just break out of the models that we were taught or that we inherited or that society says, just like you said, the paper success that we are all chasing, thinking, I'll get back to what made me happy in a minute. Or I'm exhausted. I don't feel great. My relationships are falling apart. But as soon as I get this, promotion, this new house, it's all going to fall into place. It's all going to be great. And just like you said, then we acclimate and we look around and suddenly we have another mountain to climb, right? Without any of that satisfaction or fulfillment. And it's heartbreaking to see people in that loop.
Yeah. Well, you hit it on the head. We live in a world that postpones happiness, that postpones joy. When I get the car, I'll be happy. So we get the car. And yeah, we get some pleasure out of it for, a few days, maybe even a couple months, but then life is normal. When I get the new house, then I'll be happy. When I hit six figures, then I'll be happy. I remember when I hit six figures and it was like, yeah, I did it, six figures. And then a few months later, it's like, okay, nothing's really different. Just my costs went up because I started, so instead of going to this restaurant, I went to that restaurant, so it didn't change anything because the insides were all the same. So, we've been taught this equation: work hard. If you work hard for long enough, then you'll be successful. If you're successful for long enough, then you can be happy. And it's just the wrong equation. They taught us Pluto was a planet, and they taught us electrons were the smallest particle or whatever, and they're not. They're neutrinos, and they think there's something smaller than neutrinos. So we've been taught these things. They love us. They did it with the best of intentions, but it's the wrong formula. In fact, that formula is the definition of the midlife crisis. I worked hard. I got successful. I climbed the ladder. I'm a VP in my company, whatever it is, but I'm not happy. So let me go get the sports car, or let me go get whatever it is. Let me start going on vacations. I like a good vacation, but I do it to discover. I don't do it to escape. I don't need to escape life anymore. It used to be vacations were to escape life. I got to escape this. Give me 2 weeks off. Here's the formula, the real formula, the correct formula. Be happy now. Because isn't that why you're working so hard in the first place, so that you can be happy? Be happy now. If you're happy, you are successful. That's what you want. That's the end goal. And when you're successful, when you're happy and successful, it is so easy to do the hard work, to show up and do the work that you are here to do, to impact others, to care for your family. You just have to reverse the equation. So then the question is, how do we become happy? And in my experience, what we all want most in the world is love. We want more money. We think more money will get us love. We want to lose weight. We think losing weight will get us love. And we're looking for love from the outside. And you already have all the love you need in the world, but it's buried inside of you. And it's time to unleash that so you can love yourself. Then you are happy. And then all those people you want to impress, they see something different in you. And they start flocking to you. I mean, look, let's be honest. Stormy Wellington is doing my summit. Why? I don't have 1.8 million Instagram subscribers. Don't have it. Or maybe she's more now. I don't know. Corey Feldman. I mean, I grew up watching him in the 80s. Why is he doing this? I've never been in a movie. I've never released a record. He's releasing a new box set right now, which has, and self-love is a big influence of it. And we spoke about that. So why are these people doing it? Because I believe, because I love myself, and they're being drawn to that purpose of sharing that energy with others. It's not because I'm the big shot on the planet. I'm not Tony Robbins. I can't call these. I do have, by the way, Mary Glorfield, Tony Robbins VP of 18 years. She's joining. She's doing a lot. She'll be with us live, not recorded. Everything else is recorded, but you got to show up. You got to get the VIP package. Live on Thursday. We can all ask her questions. Ask me anything. With Tony Robbins, VP of 18 years, Mary Glorfield. Why is she doing this? Because I've changed the energy around me. And now these people see me, and no one's asked me how much money's in my bank. They're not looking at my Instagram subscribers. They're just going, okay, I believe in you. Let's do this.
And I think it's an important lesson that they have had to take on and assimilate too, to find joy or peace or wherever they are in their lives, right? And it's, for some reason, I mean, what you're sharing and what I'm sharing, we're sharing this message, but it's not ubiquitous yet. It isn't commonly accepted yet. We've still got the dyed in the wool. Yeah. It might work for you, but I'm going to stick with what works for somebody. Who does that even old model work for?
It doesn't work for any. I have not met a single person who it works for. To be clear, I have met people who've made a lot of money from the old system. Yes. I have met people who have had a lot of sex from the old system, right? Get anyone they want. Yeah, fine. And I'm not putting that down. Money's great. Money makes life easier. Money's good. Sex is good too. It's really nice when it's in a loving relationship. But this isn't judgment for anyone. But yeah, with Stormy Wellington, one of the things I do teach in the self-love evolution is about changing how we speak to ourselves. And I asked her, she shared her story and some of the things she does. And I said, what do you do to keep yourself on track every day? And, I'm not going to quote it because I'm going to get it wrong, but she shared her conversation with her.
How powerful.
Conversation with her. Yeah. When she wakes up, this is what I say to myself. And these are the questions I ask myself. And it was really interesting to have someone of that stature, go, yeah, this is how we talk. She sends herself flowers every 10 days. She's like, why am I going to wait for some guy to send me flowers? And then I'm going to get pissed off when he doesn't. I like flowers. I'm sending myself flowers.
I deserve them.
How beautiful is that? But most of us don't think we can treat ourselves that way. We're waiting for someone else to treat us that way. We have to stop. Treat yourself that way. And then let's see how others start treating us.
Exactly. So you mentioned the VIP opportunity. So explain to folks. So we've got the link up. You can hop on over there and register, and you can sit in for a couple of days. But what else is possible?
So here's the VIP. Look, there are about 60 people. You're not going to be able to watch it through the summit. And this gives you an opportunity over these next couple of months before we hit January 1st and start going. By the way, don't wait till January 1st, but if you are, to really dig into these. You keep them forever. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this work for a long time. I've learned so much. The real thing, I'm going to tell you some other things you get, but the real thing, we're supporting charities here too. So, if it's at all in your budget, we're supporting the Trevor Foundation or the Trevor Project and Active Minds. Two amazing nonprofits that their mission is suicide prevention and mental wellness. Mm-hmm. So people who have sponsored us, we have a bunch of sponsors, and people who upgrade to the VIP, you are supporting these organizations that are doing the work that's needed, especially if there are entrepreneurs watching. I really have a focus on entrepreneurs because we are twice as more likely as a community to have mental health problems, to have depression. So we really need to team together here and help our community. So you get all the interviews. You get so many of the people are offering special upgrades. So they have some free things. If you just join, you're getting some stuff from everybody also. But for those that purchase, Mary Glorfield, the 15-minute call with Mary Glorfield, Tony Robbins VP of 18 years, you cannot pick up the phone and just call her. I can. She's a part of it. She's a part of this, but I don't have her phone number. I can't just call her up. You're gonna have access also to I'm doing a Self-Love Revolution live class, a master class. It's going to be a couple weeks after the event, where we really dig into my methodology of how I got it, what I do on a daily basis, how I live my life. And it's totally different than I lived it when I was in the entertainment world. Totally different, and it's beautiful. It says on the page all the stuff. There is so much that you're going to get from this, and I can't do this one for everyone, but for 15 of you, I'm going to offer a life purpose coaching call. And it's interesting because everything I used to just coach one-on-one, and then I figured out how to do everything I did in a group, and not even in a group, but also in this self-paced format, which is what the Self-Love Revolution online masterclass is. Not the summit. Summit is we're all together. There's one piece that I couldn't figure out how to do, how to have you guide yourself in it. And that's finding your life purpose. I know my life purpose. My life has changed since I discovered my life purpose. Every day I wake up, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Every moment of every day, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. All that overwhelm dissolves away. And it's really powerful. So I can't do it for everyone, but the first 15 people to get that upgrade, we're going to do a life purpose coaching session, you and me. You also get access to every day we're going live at, now we got to deal with time zones. I'm in Central, 12 o'clock Central time, 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock
10 a.m.
Pacific. I don't know why we leave Mountain Time out of it, but I don't know. I love you guys in the Mountain Time zone. If you're in Europe, Asia, please go to Time Zone Converter and do the math. But you can join us live. If you upgrade, join us live. You'll be with Mary Glorfield in a group environment for that. I'll be doing a hot seat day. We'll have a speakers panel. We're going to have live breakout rooms, masterminds, so we can all really connect with each other, learn, grow, give, be of service. It's not just about what you're going to get. It's about what you're going to give. Now I'm just rambling. But first and foremost, you're making these two organizations, you're offering them something they need, money. And then you got to go over Stormy Wellington. You got to listen to twice. Christine Culley from Highlights Magazine. You got to listen to that one twice. Jim Britt, Jim Britt's been doing this for 30, 40, at least 40 years, I think. Got to listen to that one twice. So there are a handful of really in-depth ones. Andrea Owen, got to listen to that one twice, where you're going to want to hear more than once.
60 speakers.
I just want.
And they're still trying to break in. They're still trying to break the gates open.
I know, new ones are coming. New ones are coming now. They're like, wait. These people that said no at the beginning are like, wait, I want in now, because it's just spiraled out of control in a beautiful way. It's pretty awesome.
It's so awesome. I love what you've put together. I love your mission and your passion for what you're doing. And I totally understand. Once we get a glimpse of, we can flip the script on this. We get to put happiness first, and it unlocks everything.
It's the missing ingredient. It really is. Self-love is the missing ingredient to success. If you've been working hard, haven't achieved your goals, experiment. Try it. What you're doing hasn't worked. You know it doesn't work. Experiment. If you try it and in a month or 2 months you're going, nothing's changed for me, call me, tell me. My number's pretty easy to find, by the way. Call me, tell me, and I want to know about it. If you've worked hard and you got the money in the bank, but you're not happy, there is a reason. Try it. Experiment with this. I'll never forget. I had this client. This was one-on-one. He just sold a company for, I don't know exactly how much, but tens of millions of dollars. And he wanted to know what was next. And one of the first things he was worried about was, what's my next thing going to be so I can bring in money? And I had to say to him, I said, let's just assume you never work another day in your life. Will you ever not have food on your table? Will you ever not have a roof over your head? And he goes, no. But of course, he was comparing himself to those that had $250 million, right? Those were some of the people he hung out with, the bankers and things like that. It doesn't matter what level you're at. We all have these same stories of comparison and when will I be good enough? And I've met people who have $50,000. I've met people who have $50 million and coached them. And I have not done the billionaires yet. Although there are people in our summit that have. So come join.
Mhm.
But the stories are surprisingly the same. And it's because we haven't learned how to accept ourselves. And once we learn that, and Brene, this is Brene Brown's work, the whole idea of we're not enough. Once we can accept the fact that we are enough, that's when freedom arrives. Freedom does not arrive when you hit 6 figures. Freedom does not arrive when you hit 7 figures. Freedom does not arrive when you hit 8 figures. I know because I've spoken to all these people. Freedom arrives when you accept yourself. So join us and begin the journey.
It starts tomorrow. Do not snooze on this. I know how Facebook is. We're on YouTube too. It might be a little slow to land in your feed, so do not delay. Sign up with the link that's here in the window. There should be a link in the comments too. Join Jonathan for a really powerful week. Don't wait for January 1st. Let's get this.
Thank
Let's
you
get this
so
self-love revolution going.
Let's do it. Yes.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Look forward to talking with you again soon.
Thank you. Bye.